So what I'm going to encourage you to do is, just like you had this conversation here, keep the conversation going with each other. Talk to your peers. Talk to your fellow athletes. You have to keep having conversations, guys. Just have this conversation we did the first year the other day. Some of my athletes were in the building, and one of my female athletes brought up the issue around sex, or around, those uncomfortable conversations that people sometimes don't want to have or talk about. Change doesn't occur if you don't have uncomfortable conversations, because then it motivates you and stimulates you to think about yourself and what you do to make certain changes. So please continue these conversations with your peers as well as your coaches, family members that you're close to. It's really important. This is how you guys learn. This is how you learn. So, in scenario 2, let me just find out. Would someone like to volunteer what their takeaway was with that? Yes?
Sexual assault.
Sexual assault. And how are you thinking of that?
Because she doesn't give consent.
And it goes back to what we said about the silence, right?
Well, and she even tells him to hold on.
And she did say hold on, but then she drifted off into silence. She could have dissociated. Because you don't know if that person had sexual trauma history. What'd you say, honey? Fear? Yeah. Freeze, right? Fight, flight, or freeze. The brain freezes, people freeze. They get scared. Fear can look different in people. So, the absence of saying anything is not consent. If it feels funky, don't do it. Don't do it, man. Back away. Back away. So, although consent was present between Devin and Ansley during their initial sexual contact, that consent was not sustained. Ansley's absence of resistance or having transitioned from active participation to stillness and freezing does not indicate consent. Sexual contact without affirming participation on the part of both partners is sexual assault. Doesn't bode well, guys, when you try to dig yourself out of the well. Does not bode well. So, we have a list here of who's who for Title IX. Dr. Martinez, which I'm thinking at this point, everybody knows Dr. Martinez. If you don't, we need to have a conversation. Dean of Students Experience and Belonging. She's located over in Duquesne, second floor. I think it's 201, I think is her office. She's a Title IX coordinator. Scott Barnes, Interim Human Resources Manager, Deputy Title IX coordinator. If you don't, Scott, you're not here, right? No, Scott's not here, just want to make sure. He's in that house that's like a half block away down the road, but you can always look up Scott Barnes in your email as well and find these folks. Kim Kamara Harvey, this wonderful, brilliant woman over here. Okay? Respect. The Assistant Director of Athletics, Deputy Title IX Coordinator for Athletics. George Potts. George, not here? No, not here. I'm sure you guys know George, Safety Director. He's usually outside of Nathan Hill, greeting folks when they're coming and leaving, or writing tickets when you guys are parked in the wrong place. That type of thing, yeah. Campus Safety, Title IX Investigator. Wayne Ford, who is the Assistant Director of Campus Safety for Title IX Investigations as well. These are wonderful people, but I don't know if you necessarily want to meet them in these situations. Meet them out of these situations. Get to know them out of this stuff. Get to know who you are first and what you value, so that can lead you to make good decisions. Good decision. Do we have another? Yeah, questions, okay. So questions. And I'm going to say this. It's okay not to have questions right now. It's okay. As you think about this and process this, guys, again, talk with your peers. Your peers are the most important people to you right now. Talk with them. Have this conversation. You guys have this wonderful coaching staff staff here that's very supportive. We are truly a village. We have a lot of community here, guys. We all come together to support you guys. We'll back you up. That even when you're wrong, we'll be there for you, but you're going to hear the truth. We're not going to tell you what you want to hear, but what you need to know. So please, trust yourselves and do the right thing. That's it. Thank you, guys.
One quick thing to kind of add on to this a little bit. I think it's really important to know that on this campus, if something happens or something that you have people that are here to support you, but I think it's important to know that some of these people are mandatory reporters. So your coaches, myself, most of the people on this campus are mandatory reporters. So if we hear something, we have to report it. The only person that is at times not mandatory reporter is Dr. G. So if you would like it to say confidential, probably start with Dr. G. But just know we are here to support you and help you, but know that if we talk about something that we do have to report it, which we're there to support you as you report it and be a part of that, be there for you as much as we can. But I just think that's important to know.
Because as I said to you guys earlier, I'm a mandated reporter. If you come to me and you're conferring with me about something I'm listening to you, absolutely, that's confidential. But again, like I said, there is that mandated part. If someone's saying that somebody's in imminent danger or there's been something done to a person who's a vulnerable population, I still have to go to these guys and I have to let them know in those instances. And that's very rare. That's very rare. But for the most part,